So I spent a lot of time in my life being involved in organizations and things where I could travel and serve, and even in my local community where I used to grow a garden, and a lot of the food from that garden would go to the food pantry, and that just was something that I loved to do and still do. I'm Betsy Holmes, and I'm married to the love of my life, Paul, who's from South Africa and Lebanon, and we have 2 beautiful teenage kids. When I joined doTERRA, there was a lot of things going on in my life. My health was deteriorating. Our marriage was falling apart, and we were just barely keeping our heads above water. And doTERRA comes in and starts helping me with my health, and everything just starts to change. And at this retreat in Sundance, I ended up somehow going out to eat by myself because the group that I was with didn't have anything gluten-free. And I went into the restaurant, I sat down by this beautiful fireplace, I sat across from an empty chair, and my heart just sank. I just knew my husband and I were struggling, not just financially, but in our marriage, and I just wanted him to be there. I wanted him to be sitting across from me. And then the waiter brought the menu, and it was another blow. I realized, looking at the menu, I couldn't afford anything on it. And in that moment, I knew that something had to change. And after I said my little prayer, the waiter, who noticed I wasn't ordering, then he actually offered, "Hey, we have this brand new gluten-free burger. Would you like to sample it for us?" So he ended up bringing me food. And at that moment, I felt there was so much hope. 4 years later, being in doTERRA, we were at the highest rank you could be in the company at that time. We had overcome so many obstacles, and the biggest thing was that we had paid off so many of our debts, and we were finally becoming free, and we were finally coming out of our relationship strains and healing in so many ways. And we got invited to a Blue Prez retreat, and it happened to be in Sundance. We ended up going to that restaurant at the very end, and I had completely forgotten about this moment that I had by myself. But it wasn't until they took us into the restaurant to see us, and they actually sat us at that very same table with the fireplace, with the empty chair that I was staring at. I sat down, and I almost couldn't handle it. I was having this moment to myself, which I didn't have words for to even tell my husband what was happening. And I just sat there for a minute, and the dam burst when they brought the menu, because I realized not only is my husband sitting across from me, but I can order anything on this menu. And my life had completely changed, and it was like a full picture of this answered prayer, of how amazing and beautiful this can be. So we went from our financial situation into being able to pour into different projects around the world where people were serving the underserved, people in regions like Africa, the Middle East, Asia, all over South America and Haiti. I can't express enough gratitude for all the ways in which we've been changed, and we've personally grown, I've personally grown, and then to have that translate into helping others do that same thing. And I feel like we're kind of all in this together for a reason. There's a reason why doTERRA meets what's happening in the world right now too.